What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 37 of the J&J Dating Dynamics podcast. I'm number one J. Over there is number two J, who changed his name back, coming at you from an undisclosed bunker somewhere in some undisclosed location. And
undisclosed location.
And joining us today, we got our special guest, friend of the program, Donovan Sharpe. Donovan, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. We're actually having some thunderstorms.
We are here
got
too.
A tornado warning. Yeah, you're there too?
Yep.
Jesus, man, there's weather all over the place. I wanted to watch the Chicago street race on NASCAR, but that got rained out. But it's not that bad because this is a holiday weekend. But my internet's been going in and out, so if I disappear, please forgive me.
Understood. And Justin, how you doing, my friend?
Good, man. I'm out in PA. I was actually supposed to I was gonna shoot outside, but it's pouring over here, so I'm stuck in here.
Yeah, it looks like it's raining all up and down the East Coast. It's been raining here for the better part of 2 weeks now. So.
Really?
Donovan, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing real good. Whipping myself into shape. I've already lost a shit ton of weight already.
Awesome.
And I'll have my big reveal at the CME, so stay tuned.
Yeah, why don't you tell, our humble little podcast here, why don't you tell us about the CME while everybody in the chat goes ahead and hits the like button?
The CME is the Conference of Masculine Excellence. It's basically a manosphere meetup. I've done 2 events now. I did one in Las Vegas back in 21, did the second one in Miami last year, and had such great results that I've decided to go ahead and do the third one in Miami as well. So looking forward to it. It's a great way to sort of, not only just reaffirm your red pill beliefs, so to speak, but it also gives guys an incredible opportunity to meet and network with some of your favorite content creators. Last year's CME resulted in a lot of jobs and employment. I had no idea till I flew up to Connecticut to spend time with the Savo brothers, and they were telling me all the guys that had gotten jobs as a result of the CME. That's what it's all about, man. Getting guys paid,
awesome.
getting guys laid. Yeah, it was. I just honestly, man, I just started. The reason I started the CME to begin with is I just wanted an event of my own. Then events happened and it became more of a rivalry. And so, but it's not. And just so people understand, man, like this is not a money making venture. I lost 6 figures in CME 1. I lost 5 figures CME 2. I'm hoping I can lose in the 4 figures, maybe even into the 3 figures. But the reason I do it is because I love to do it. I really, really do. I'm good financially, so I don't have to sweat. No, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not taking 6-figure losses every year. Like that's not the goal.
Right.
But yeah, I do it because I really love it and I love the opportunity it gives me.
Yeah, no, I was able to go for last year's. I was able to be there for day 1. I couldn't make it to the other days, but I got to finally meet up with MLD, whom I had met in person.
Yeah.
Caught up with the guys from Fresh and Fit, whom I met before. So, yeah, it was a really great event, at least for that one day that I was there. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, it was great, man. I love doing it. I really, really do. We've got a stacked lineup this year, as usual. So,
well, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'll be there. And so today, this is a bit of outside of our normal talking points. We're dating dynamics here, but an article came out in Rolling Stone, and it just compelled me to talk about this Jonathan Majors situation. So for those of you who aren't caught up, let me go through the timeline here real quick. Back in March, Jonathan Majors was arrested under allegations of domestic abuse. His girlfriend at the time had a broken finger and a lacerated ear. And he was arrested, sent home. At the time, there were supposed to text messages from the girlfriend telling him that, I'm sorry, this wasn't meant to happen, blah, blah, blah. We go to court for the first hearing back in June. And now all this evidence has come out. Now, all this evidence that I'm about to go through has been put out by Jonathan Majors' lawyers. Okay.
Good.
And this was before everybody, his management team dropped him. everybody's dropped him with the exception of Disney and Marvel.
Oh, good.
They've just invested so much in him that
Yeah.
they're waiting for the outcome of the trial.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
So
that be the smart thing to do?
that's what you would think. But, today in the Me Too era and the court of public opinion, I expect,
canceled right away.
yeah, I expected Disney to drop him right away. But,
I was going to say, I'm surprised that Disney didn't drop him. You would think that would be the first company to sever ties with him, but it didn't work out that way.
no, but the fact that Marvel's essentially gambling the next 5 years worth of movies on him.
Well,
So,
man.
yeah, it's a huge investment that they made. Anyway, so their lawyers put out a ton of evidence, including, and I'm just going through some things here. This is all documented. You can look all over, and I'll bring up some articles. But so apparently this altercation happened in an Uber or a black car of some kind. So the car driver came forward, he's given testimony in favor of Jonathan Majors, said nothing happened.
Good.
There's video footage from when Jonathan Majors gets out of the car. The girl's trying to pull him back in. Eventually, he yanks the coat away and walks off. There's footage from a nightclub of her walking into the nightclub after the supposed altercation. No damage to her ear. She's using her hand just fine. After the altercation, Jonathan Majors has the receipts. He went to sleep at a hotel room. The next morning, he comes home, finds the girl passed out in his closet behind a locked door. Of course, finger and ear are messed up at this point. The prevailing theory is she took a bunch of sleeping pills. The cops get called up, the ambulance, of course. Apparently now there's video of the cops coaching this girl to tell them that it was Majors who did that.
What?
It's on body cam footage. The cops talking to themselves like they didn't recognize him. So they go, how's this guy able to afford all this? He must be a bad guy or a drug.
Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me.
Let's leave it right there for now, because at that point, it strikes me so much. Not that the police would do this, is how stupid do they have to be to keep doing these things when they have body cams and security cams? I mean, Jesus Christ, man. It's just insane to me.
Unbelievable.
So, based on that evidence, the DA arrests the ex-girlfriend. She's taken under arrest. Yep.
Good.
Now, less than 3 days go by. She gets unarrested. She gets classified as a person of interest and gets let go. Don't ask me why. The DA has to be sitting on some evidence, right? I would assume.
Right.
And then this is what really tipped me over. Let me bring this up on screen real quick. Is this article from Rolling Stone? And I'll bring up the article with the evidence and the nightclub, et cetera, et cetera.
All right.
First, I want to bring up the Rolling Stone article. And pay attention to the headline right away, because this is an article that's clearly written as a quote-unquote takedown piece, and those do exist, right?
Of course.
Headline: Jonathan Majors' extreme abuse. Extreme abuse allegedly goes back nearly a decade.
Let me stop you right there. Joel. Do you see how this is the thing? Is extreme abuse is in quotation marks,
Right?
and a lot of people don't realize that connotes that that they heard that from somewhere, and then the word after the quotation marks,
Allegedly.
Right. So Jonathan Majors' extreme abuse allegedly goes back nearly a decade. Now, if you are a part of the cancel culture, this to you, this is the smoking gun. We've got.
Yeah, all I'm reading is extreme abuse.
That's it. All they're seeing is extreme abuse. People are ignoring the allegedly. Again, guilty till proven innocent. But when you put extreme abuse and then hide allegedly in there, between that and goes back nearly a decade, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, Jay Blake says it right here. The majority of people can't think. It's too hard for them to actually keep reading the article. They're going to remember Jonathan Majors' extreme abuse.
That's it.
That's about it. Now, the problem comes in when, if you look at the piece, where is it? Majors was abusive to his partners on sets, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, Christ. If you read the full story, apparently I have to subscribe now. Let me fix up my reader here and I'll bring it up. But if you go through the full story, There are over 40 sources. Rolling Stone quotes over 40 people from throughout Jonathan Major's life. 0 gave their name. They're all anonymous sources.
Of
All
course,
them.
Wow.
of course, they're anonymous.
Yeah.
So that's basically, oh my god,
It's
So what
basically,
you
it could very well be this writer completely making it up.
unbelievable, unbelievable. So 40 people from his past gave accounts of his extreme abuse, but nobody put their name on it. Ain't that?
Nobody was willing. And there's one part of the article that says, I can't give my name because he made me sign an NDA.
Oh, give me a break. Guess what? That NDA would be null and void if you take it to a lawyer,
Exactly. Not
especially if
just
there's
that.
abuse involved, because now you're signing something under duress, which is not admissible in
Exactly.
court. And
Exactly.
I'm not even a lawyer.
This is Mickey Mouse crap, and no pun intended with the whole Disney stuff. This article got me boiling. I'm a guy who values, especially having worked in politics, I value honest and real journalism.
Yeah, the truth.
When I see something like this, it's clearly a takedown piece.
Yeah, of course.
It's beyond clear that this person didn't talk to any 40 sources.
I don't understand what's happened with media in the past 10 years, but it's like, dude, they just run whatever the hell they want. Like,
No, they don't.
nobody's going
They don't.
after the facts anymore.
No.
Let me tell you
They
what I
only,
think.
hold on. They only go after the facts if the man is really guilty, right?
Yeah.
Like Harvey Weinstein, not Theo, Jesus, almost said Theo Epstein. What's the other Epstein guy? I'm a sports guy. I'm thinking of the GM for the
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Epstein. Those were clearly smoking guns, and the media was all over that. Other than that, if it has anything to do with a woman being guilty or a man being innocent, they don't care about the truth.
No, not at all. And if it's somebody they don't like, they'll clearly make stuff up.
Of
And if
course.
it's somebody they like, let's say a Democrat, they'll make stuff up to defend them.
Here's how they get away with it, though. It's with that title, right? So Jonathan Majors, technically, he could sue Rolling Stone for defamation of character. But what Rolling Stone is going to do, but what Rolling Stone is going to do, they're going to say, well, look, we put extreme abuse in quotation marks, and we said that it was alleged. So they're free and clear. What this means, guys, is that anyone can say anything about anybody, so long
as they use the correct wordage.
That's it.
You're free.
As
as soon as they used allegedly, they were free and clear.
Back in the day, this would be libelous journalism. Absolutely
of course.
would.
Yes.
Now, today, that they got lawyers that go over these pieces time and time again, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, me as a lawyer, I believe the evidence that Jonathan Major's lawyers put out, because as a lawyer, you don't put something out unless you know it to be true.
Right.
Lawyers,
they have to. Otherwise, you lose your bar license.
You lose your bar license. You lose your credibility. You lose everything. So, I mean, to me, this piece it exemplifies everything that's wrong with media and with journalism today. Justin, what do you think about all this so far?
This was actually new to me. I hadn't been paying attention. And Joel came to me with this topic. I was like, bro, this isn't something we normally even discuss. Like, what are we doing? Are we the news now? We're taking over. But I think it's nuts. I think that in the news and with the help of the slandering with use of social media against a person, it can really destroy someone's career. And I feel like the ball's in women's court to have the ability to do so. Because I mean, if a woman were to, it's hard. We can't really explain how this can happen, but it can happen. But if a woman were to try and take advantage of a man, all right, let's say a woman she was in control of a high power position in, let's say, the movie industry, and a man wanted a role and she forced him to do something. If that man came forward about it, what do you guys think? What can you predict might happen? What would you guys say would happen?
If a man came, explain that scenario again. What were you saying?
Yeah, real quick. Go through it again.
All right, let's say basically like Harvey Weinstein.
Okay.
Put a woman in that role, and now a man wants a role in a movie, and this exact woman wants him to sleep with her to get the role.
Here's a better comp.
How would it come across?
No, listen.
All right, how about Terry Crews?
No. Listen. Here's a better comp. And and what you're saying is absolutely correct. But guys don't, how can I put this? Women don't use their sexuality to give favors to men, right? A woman, and I'm sure it happens, right? I mean, I'm sure a female boss, like we've all seen that movie, Horrible Bosses, and it's all fun and games that Jennifer Aniston is sexually harassing Charlie Day's character, even though that was illegal as fuck. But Jennifer Aniston's hot. Charlie Day is kind of goofy and funny. We know him here in Philadelphia from It's Always Sunny in Philly, and it's all laughed off. Here's a better comp. I always forget your name. I call you the cool motorcycle guy, but here's Justin, right? Here is a better comp. Take the situation we're talking about. Let's say that you switch the genders with the Jonathan Majors situation. Let's say that Jonathan Majors was the one who alleged he got abused. Let's say he's the one who lied and broke his finger and went to the club and sliced up his ear. Let's say that he was the one that called the cops and they came in and he said, "Hey, she's been beating me up." Do you think they would have coached him on how to make her seem guilty? Hell no. So the answer to your question, Justin, is 100% correct. If you switch the genders, it's a completely different result. Good observation by you, man.
It's funny you bring that up because Jonathan Majors actually claims he was the victim. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So yeah, it's funny that you bring that up because Jonathan Majors, as you see,
good. Hell yeah. I'm glad he's doing that.
He's the victim. Absolutely. But just for a little bit of context for everybody, here is Jonathan Majors with his current girlfriend. Here is the ex-girlfriend who allegedly was beat up, who wasn't, but
she looks like a good fuck.
Yeah, here's her walking into that nightclub.
These fucking bitches. It's so funny. Think about what's happening here, guys. This is 100% unequivocal. This is proof that completely exonerates Jonathan Majors. And we still got these articles coming out. So what Rolling Stone and, the corporate media likes to do is they're not stupid. They see, okay, we're going to run with this Jonathan Majors piece, right? Guess what? I promise you, Joel, that there is nothing in this Jonathan Majors piece that Rolling Stone did that has anything to do with his ex-girlfriend. Why? Because they know that he didn't fucking do it.
No, absolutely.
So now they're going to try to still paint him. Oh, we couldn't get him on that? Well, you know what? We're going to talk to 40 people, a nice round number. Yeah. And yeah, they said this and that and the third, but none of them put their names on it. Bullshit.
You know what I think is happening here too? I mean, that's one part of it. Absolutely. I think there's another part, a very powerful one, that I think we have an overzealous DA going after a high-profile celebrity who wants to make a name for himself.
Yep. Oh, of course.
And I think he's got to be very young and inexperienced to know that the evidence is stacked against him in this case. He's gonna lose the case unless he's got something in his pocket that he hasn't shared with Jonathan Majors' lawyers, which he has to by law. So, I mean, something's got to give here.
I agree.
Yeah, it's freaking nuts. It's crazy. Now, you compare this to somebody like, say, Ezra Miller.
Oh my God!
Who has these?
I've only heard small details, but I've heard he was into some sick shit, man.
Well, there's video of him actually grabbing a woman and throwing her down by the neck. This guy's actually a convicted. He's been convicted of these crimes. But because he's non-binary or he identifies as a woman now, his Flash movie comes out with no ifs, ands, or buts. Now we got the double standard happening.
Here we go.
It's freaking crazy to me. It's absolutely nuts. And I hope that he goes to trial and that Jonathan Majors is found innocent. And we learned from the Johnny Depp situation how these women do lie. Yeah.
I'm glad he's suing his ex because when he wins this case, and he will, that's another ding. That's another W for men. Another case of a woman blatantly, flat out lying and getting discovered for the liar that she is. I still can't believe Amber Heard is not in jail somewhere.
I have an argument, not an argument. I have an observation to be made about that case. So I feel like in any other case, like I said, it might be laughable. Like, people might laugh at men because, we're supposed to be the strong ones. When the public or other men find out that a woman did something that could be considered embarrassing to us or emasculating to us, like, it's just laughed at. Like, dude, a chick did that to you. But I feel like because of that case with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, all right, let's say with Chris Brown, and just like with Majors, like we're talking about, when the women do this, dude, it doesn't matter. Even after the men prove their innocence, bro, the damage is so done that
Oh yeah.
they're never able to like reclaim their stardom. But I feel like with Johnny Depp's case, Johnny Depp is such a star and he handled himself in a way that was almost comedic in the court.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel because it was displayed across the media that it was comedic, I feel like it's almost like he gets the pass. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Can you guys see
Well,
what I'm
first
saying
of all,
on that in any way?
I actually agree with you, and I think it was huge that the judge allowed cameras into that case.
Yeah, that
And
was.
I hope they allow cameras into the Jonathan Majors case as well.
If they were smart, if I'm a part of the agenda, I definitely don't. Because if they allow cameras into that courtroom, it's going to be damaging to the cause. I'm telling you right now, man.
Absolutely agree with you 100%. All right, let me reset real quick here. We are episode 37 of the J&J Dating Dynamics podcast, bringing you your weekly dose of everything your father should have taught you but didn't. I am number 1 J. This guy over here is number 2 J, as you can see by the banner name right there, number 2 J. And we got Mr. Donovan Sharpe joining us today. Donovan, thank you for being with us.
Of course.
We've been talking about the Jonathan Majors case, but let me pivot a little bit, Donovan, while we have you. Last week, Justin and I talked about monogamy and what it means to be traditional. Let me
I
ask
actually
you,
wanted to have Donovan on there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I pivoted.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you real quick, Donovan, because the question I posed to Justin at the very beginning of the episode was, is monogamy a social construct or is it our natural state? Where do you fall on this?
Yeah, monogamy is definitely a social construct. It's not natural for males to be monogamous. And look no further than the jungle, right?
Sure.
I mean, lions, tigers, bears, baboons, orangutans. There's one alpha male, one silverback who propagates the herd. He's got like 5 or 6 wives, whatever the case may be.
Sure.
However, women are designed to be monogamous. But the reason why most women aren't monogamous is that most men are not alpha males. Most men are not in the top 10%, because if every man were in the top 10%, then nobody would be in the top 10%. So it is not natural for men to, it's almost like, I think of it like this, to put it in electronic terms. A man is like the, how can I put this? It's almost like he's the internet, right?
Okay.
People are trying to access him all the time. Whereas a woman is like a Wi-Fi signal. She only connects to the strongest signal. That's one of the main differences between men and women. Men, we want variety. We want quantity. Women want quality. That is, and the fact that men wanting quality, and men wanting quantity, and women wanting quality, that is essential. Both sides are essential to our existence moving forward, because if unconditional love existed, then women would be falling in love with pieces of shit, and the best genes would be bred out of existence within just a couple of generations. Women, and a lot of guys like to bag on women. You only like him because he's rich, ripped, tall, blah 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 blah. Well, yes,
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Just like there's nothing wrong with a girl saying you only like her because she's hot. Yes, that's exactly right. The difference is that women don't like to admit what their nature is, because somehow it's like the scarlet letter to be a gold digger. A woman is not a gold digger for going after men with money any more than a man is a pedophile for going after girls that are younger than 20, 18, 19 years old. So long as she is of age, as long as she is 18 years old, dude, go after what you want to.
No, I agree with you 100%. And it's a lot easier to shame a guy for being shallow also than it is to actually accuse and provide proof that a woman's a gold digger.
Yeah, right.
So, Justin, where were you on this? You wanted to ask?
I mean, absolutely. Dude, I go all the time with the whole shallow comment. I am not ashamed of it at all. I do not like fat women. I'm so sorry.
That
I
doesn't
do
make you
not like
shallow.
big girls.
Look, that
I
doesn't make you shallow, bro.
I am
That's your preference.
slim. I am slim. I am fit.
No,
Like,
don't make
I
excuses.
don't
No, no,
want to
no.
be
Listen,
with a
listen.
woman that's
No, no,
bigger than
listen.
me. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
look. No, no, look. No, you don't even have to apologize, Justin. I don't care, dude. I don't care. Now, you got to be realistic. I don't care. Even obese men don't like obese women, dude. So don't make it. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
need to make excuses. No, the
Donovan,
reason why I want a fit woman is because no, we like young, fit women because we're men. It has
I'll
nothing
say
to do with
this.
our shape. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say this.
Mhm.
I'm 5'7". Most women would never go for a guy my size. So I mean,
No.
that's women's preference. They want
Well,
him 6 feet and taller.
you gotta date a fatty because you're only 5'7"? Fuck out of here, man.
But listen, somehow along the way, the whole concept of the boner test got demonized. Like
Right.
somehow it's politically incorrect to say, "Look, I
That's
can't
right,
be
right.
with her because she doesn't give me a boner." And I'm sorry, I'm talking low. My little girl's next door. So.
No, you're okay. You're all right. Justin,
Somehow
let me ask
it's
you a question.
politically correct.
Are you gonna be in Miami in October? Because I'd love for you to come. Oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
Dude, come through. Come to the CME, man.
You
Yeah,
got it,
you're
buddy.
in.
Absolutely, I'm coming
Yeah, I'd
through.
love to have you there, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be
we'll
great.
book
All right,
it.
so I wanted to say that before I forgot. I was like, wait a minute, I was gonna ask Justin to come to the CME, and I didn't want to forget. But yeah, you and Joel, man, you guys are good to go.
And not to self promote, but if a speaker backs out, just
Definitely
say,
coming through.
you know,
Yeah, I've got my list of alternates for sure.
yeah, it's
You
all
don't have to
good.
worry about that.
Yeah, but that's gonna be fun. Let me ask you, when's the other event?
Oh, the wedding?
Yeah,
October 12th. We're having so the wedding is going to be the wedding is October 12th. CME is October 13th. Absolutely. Yep, we're gonna do the whole
Wow.
we're gonna do the whole nine, man. We're gonna have the wedding, we'll have the flowers and the cake and all that. Oh my god, that got down for a hit. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna do the whole nine. We're gonna live stream the whole thing.
where's the wedding gonna be?
Oh, sweet.
Where's the wedding gonna be?
So it's either going to be in Miami or it's going to be in Fort Lauderdale. Right now, I'm in talks with Patrick Bet David, as well as Adam Saucecast to put together a live event for the wedding, much like they did for the Fresh and Fit live event. So we're in negotiations with that. You know, there's stuff that has to be paid, arranged, all that good stuff. But it will be in Florida. It will be in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll most likely be in Miami.
You also,
if it's not 100% private event, I'd love to be a fly on the wall, just out of respect.
Well, it is 100% private event, but since I know you two,
Okay.
then you two can come. Absolutely. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
One quick thing also, I think around that day, and shout out to you, you're gonna have your 1000th episode.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I still can't
That's
believe
awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been, and dude, I think Joel's been following me since what, episode 2 or something like that?
Episode 2 was the first episode I heard live.
Christ. I recorded, this is funny. I recorded episode 2 in Hawaii on vacation with Devin.
And I heard it.
Wow.
2016, man. Here we are 7 years later.
Hey, I was there for the face reveal. I was there.
Oh, yeah.
For the call that you had with that ex-girlfriend of yours.
Yes. Oh, Carla.
Oh, yeah, Carla.
Oh my God, that was.
There's been some great times on TSR.
Episode 238,
baby.
baby.
A big montage.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm working on that as we speak, man. I'm going.
Great.
It's going to be pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
we'll do all the best TSR moments, the eat the booty, and all that good stuff. The interesting thing is, is you actually start to, in a lot of these legendary moments, a lot of unknowns were all in my chat. For example, on the famous Eat the Booty episode, Myron Gaines was in the chat answering. And he was a nobody at that point, right? That's how long. And dude, him and I'd known him for 6 months before. I think Pearl was a part of. I think Pearl way back in the day. She commented. I think Fresh Prince CEO. So
I remember Myron Gaines being one of the guys along with me that would super chat all the time.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah, man. So yeah, exactly. You guys are both in Miami, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 1,000 episodes. God.
Crazy.
Yeah, I can't see myself doing another 1,000, but who knows? I couldn't see myself doing 500, and here I am.
There you go. Yeah, no shit. That's great, man. Congratulations on that coming up.
Thank you.
It'd be crazy if the 1000th falls like right in between the CME and the wedding, or right around there.
Yeah, I need to figure out. I need to do some forecasting, because the episode 1000 has to happen either before or after the CME. I don't want to do it during the CME, but who knows? Maybe episode 1000 will be a part of the CME. Who knows? We'll see.
I think if
maybe
it happened
episode
during
1000 could
CME,
be of your wedding and everything together.
Oh wow, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Episode 1000, Donovan gets married.
Or hey, at the CME, you can have a table and you bring on the speakers. Oh
yeah,
that'd be kind of cool
great.
Yeah.
Well, here's how it's going to work. So the bridesmaids are going to be Pearl, Allie, Janelle, and who was the other one? Pearl, Allie, Janelle.
No way.
Yeah. Pearl, Allie, Janelle, Tallulah, if she can come stateside. My groomsmen are going to be Myron, Rolo, Fresh Prince CEO, King Life, and the late great Kevin would have been a groomsman, but obviously he's not with us anymore. But yeah, I was actually thinking of inviting Roosh, because he's a strong proponent. Yeah, he is a strong proponent of marriage and everything. So I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be an all-star game. We're gonna blow it out. It's gonna be.
Do you know if MLD is gonna be there?
I don't think so. I don't think he can come back stateside until 24. But I mean, hey, listen, MLD is a resourceful guy. Maybe he can find some sort of exception. But yeah,
I gotta get him on the show here, man.
Dude, he's a walking gold mine. That's all he does is spit gems.
We got to do an online dating episode, and I got to bring him on.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that'll be your highest rated. That'll be your highest rated show.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. Although every time you come on, we have a pretty good show, and I always manage to clip your appearances. Those do pretty well, man.
Good. Yeah, good, very good. One last thing on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we're growing slowly, but we are growing. So
that's the way it goes. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Sorry, you were gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing that to put a bow on the Jonathan Majors thing. A lot of guys, want to know, well, how can I prevent myself? How can I prevent myself from being victimized by a false accusation of any kind? The answer is record everything.
You actually have a pretty famous story where something like this happened to you.
Yes.
And you recorded it. Do you want to go over that?
Yeah, man. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do you one better. I'll actually pull up the cartoon video. That way it's a little more entertaining.
Right.
All right, so give me.
Yeah, that's a pretty famous story. I remember hearing that in episode like 10 or something.
Oh my god, that was the fucking craziest shit, man. Yeah. Oh my god,
yeah, that sounded pretty crazy.
Let's see. Let me.
Another thing, I want to give a tip, and this is not related to this, but buddy of mine's actually going to go through a divorce here pretty quick. If you're ever going through a divorce, get yourself a female lawyer.
Oh yes, that's the only time I hire a female is if I'm getting divorced. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Hold on, I want to know about this. Explain.
The female lawyer?
Yes.
Women know each other better than
bingo. There it is.
So
that's all you had to say, bro.
She knows what the other one's going to try to pull.
Female lawyers,
okay,
listen.
Gotcha.
Female lawyers. You hired them to get a result. Female lawyers can't be manipulated by other females. Female lawyers will they will absolutely positively be the best lawyer for you, for sure.
And they always seem to have a point to prove. So.
Yeah, not only it's just like and Joel said it earlier, man. Women know women, man. That's how it goes.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me see if I can share my. Let me.
Yeah, you should be able to share.
Okay. Present. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's go with the window. Let's go with that one. All righty. All right. So if you want to. All right. Here we go. Can you hear that?
No.
You can't hear that.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how to do this. Hang on a second.
Sure.
How do I? Jesus, I'm used to being the one in the driver's seat.
Check your output, your sound output.
Yeah,
It's probably through your headphones.
Yeah, it's well, it's the sound. You know what I'm gonna do? Here's
What's
what
that?
I'll do.
Send me the link. Send me the link.
Oh,
I'll put it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Yeah, this is actually a crazy fucking story, man.
Oh, yeah, it's a great story.
Jesus Christ. The Windows phone.
Just text me the
Windows
link and
phone.
I'll get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where are you? Oh, I actually have your real name in here now. How about that? There you go.
Okay. Got it.
Dude, I really feel like I can make things happen with my mind. I'm just gonna bring that up.
Justin's telepathic.
Yes.
Like, bro. Oh, let me tell you about being nuts. I thought I could catch a fly with a toothpick the other day.
What? Oh my God.
I was like, bro, can I do this? And I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. I just focused on it and I got the damn fly with a toothpick.
Fucking hell, you probably like click. Oh,
but what I wanted to say is like, bro, I've been making music my whole life. And then I knew I was going to make it somehow. I was doing rock and roll and then made it in like urban pop. But it's so crazy that I got into this, you know, Joel knows the story. I think Donovan, we spoke about this, but it's nuts that I wanted to just talk about the dating scene. And then Joel hit me up. And then just by chance, he happened to know you. And it's like, how the hell are we all connected? Like, why? It's insane. It's insane.
The craziest thing, man. It's the dude. It's crazy how the Fresh and Fit crew got together.
Yeah, those guys. That story. That's an interesting ass story right there.
That's actually going to be one of the focal points. Yeah. We're gonna. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the whole Fresh and Fit crew, the main four: Iron, Fresh, Pogson, and who's the fourth guy? No, just those. Oh, Big Mo. Yeah, the story about how they all met and everything. It was crazy, and it was all kind of started with the Six.
Right, I remember the Six.
Yeah, man. Oh God, that was all kinds of fun.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this here. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna grab something real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay, let's do it. Oh wow! Honestly, I thought I was going to jail. This was the reality. I knew that I was probably not going home that night. I was going to spend 72 hours in Clark County lockup. So, long story short, here's what happened. So I've been seeing this girl. I've been seeing this girl on and off for about 6 months. The last 2 months, we were seeing each other pretty regularly. And so we would see each other every weekend. And dude, it was great fun. It was absolutely great fun. We didn't have to go anywhere. Sometimes we'd order in. Dude, she actually made jalapeno poppers at my place. It was a good time. Well, I had added 2 new girls to my roster. And so what I was going to do is I was going to sort of gently just sort of fade out of her life, just little by little. So what I did, here's what I was going to do. I texted her. I said, hey.
Sorry, this was in your Vegas days, right?
Yes. I'll use the word stay. I was like, hey, Stacy, it's Donovan. Listen, I've gotten behind on some projects. I'm going to have to take a rain check for this week, but we will definitely get up next weekend. Now, my plan was to just not have sex with her that weekend, have sex with her the weekend after, then kind of slowly fade out of her life. That was the plan. And the reason why I was going to do that is because girls don't take rejection easily. You can't just ghost them, right? Otherwise, they go absolutely crazy if she actually likes you, and Stacy absolutely did. Like, her name was Tracy. I'll just keep it real. Tracy really liked me. She liked me a lot, and she worked crazy hours. That's why we couldn't have sex on the weekdays, or at least that's what she told me. So who knows? Who knows what the hell she did on weekdays? So what she did is after I sent her that text, she's blowing up my phone. She's like,
"Oh my God, what's wrong? Do you not like having sex with me? Is it my body? Is it like?"
And I'm like, "No, like everything is fine. I just need to take this weekend off to get caught up on some projects." Of course, I was lying, but that was the story I gave her. She doesn't know. Maybe 15, 20 minutes goes by. She calls me up and tells me,
"Donovan, I'm pregnant."
Oh, boy.
Oh,
okay, now,
shit.
This wasn't the first time I had a girl call me up and tell me she was pregnant. So I immediately just go into autopilot. I said, all right, stay right where you are. I'm coming over, which is exactly what she wanted. So I go to the CVS and I bought 2 pregnancy tests, $30 each, Clear Blue Easy. Do not get a pregnancy test at the dollar store, guys. Spend the money to be absolutely sure. So I said, all right. So I drive over to her place. I walk right in. She looked very happy to see me. I didn't touch her. Said, I held up the pregnancy test right in front of her. I said, go to the bathroom and take this test right now. Dude, she was like a deer in the headlights, but she had to comply because if she didn't, her whole plan blows right up. So she goes to the bathroom and I watched the urine come from her lady parts right onto the stick. Next. So at that point, I said, no. I was very calm. I said, Tracy, stay where you are. You're going to take another test. She's
like, I just peed.
I said, you're going to stay right there. You're going to take another pregnancy test. She's like,
why are you doing this?
Then I raised my voice. I said, stay there until you piss. You're going to take that second pregnancy test. So for about 15 minutes, we're just standing there in awkward silence. Every time she tried to speak, I just, no, don't say a word unless I see you piss a plus sign. 15, 20 minutes later, she pees on the stick. It is negative. So at that point, I don't even say it's been real. I turn around and I'm out the door. The whole time she's like,
please, Donovan, don't leave. I love you.
Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my God. So as I get towards her door, I hear her walk into the kitchen and I hear her, and I didn't know she was on the phone. She said,
yes, I would like to report
domestic Duracell. At that point, I knew I couldn't leave. The reason I couldn't leave is that I was a black man. Number one, I was a black man. Number two, she was a white girl. If she calls the cops and says, Donovan, domestic Duracell, he Duracelled me, then guess what? If I leave, I'm automatically guilty because they think I'm trying to get up out of there, right? And that's just how that was. Listen, I've been in some crazy situations before, never like that. Inside, I was freaking out. I didn't let her see I was freaking out. So I went over and sat on her couch. I took up my Windows phone. And it's funny because I just downloaded an audio recording app. What I did is I broke out my phone, I hit the audio recording device, and I didn't place it as though I'm recording. I just took it out and just kind of put it on the table. So I said to her, I said, look, Tracy, I said, why are you lying? Why did you call the cops and lie to them? Why did you just call the cops? And I made sure that I was very, very clear. I said, why did you just call the cops and lie to them and tell them that I slapped and choked you? This girl was, and dude, she had no idea what was happening. She took the bait right there. She says,
it's because I'm tired of all this BS. I didn't want to lose you in my life. I freaked out. I thought I was never going to see you again. I didn't know what to do. And so I did the first thing I could think of to try to get you to stay.
I said, that's it? Now, of course, inside I'm seething because this girl is, now that my life is in this girl's hands, I just kind of said, that was it? She said,
well, yeah, that was it.
I said, well, Tracy, why didn't you say so? If you had told me that you didn't want to lose me in your life, that totally would have made a difference. She's like,
really?
I'm like, dude, you just called the cops and lied on me. All you had to do was tell me that you didn't want to lose me in your life. And of course I lied to her. I said, I just had to get some projects done, but I didn't have a problem with you coming to my house, maybe, watching a movie, Netflix, and I didn't say Netflix and chill wasn't a thing at that point. You could have come over and, hung around while I was working on my project. And she's like,
yeah, we can totally do that.
I was like, all right, cool. So right after,
dude, that's diabolical.
Yes, it is. Sort of converse a little bit, right? And I don't know how much time went by, but right when we were sort of calming things down a little bit, the door, and it was not a knock on the door. It was a bang on the door. Immediately, Tracy goes white. Her eyes wide as saucers. She's like, she forgot she called the cops. She forgot that she called the cops. And so I sort of gestured towards the door. I said, get the door. And she's like,
no.
I was like, dude, get the door. She says,
what if we don't answer the door? She's like, I'll just tell them it's all a big misunderstanding.
I said, you need to go and answer the door. They pound again. Because again, they think a big black man is in here assaulting a poor little white girl. And listen, I've been on the other end of cop knocks. I know exactly what they sound like. She says,
we just won't answer. I'll just tell them it's a big misunderstanding.
Then I said to her, Tracy, you need to let them in or they're going to let themselves in. Like, that's what needs to happen. So she slowly goes over and she answers the door. There were two cops. There are these big, burly dudes, right? When there's domestic Duracell going on, they don't send female cops. They don't send small cops. No, these were two 6'3", 6'4", probably ex-military black ops, whatever, basically enough to, kick me around if I tried to do anything stupid, right? They're not Brock Lesnar huge, but they were both larger than I was. And it was obvious why they were there. I didn't make any sudden moves. I just sat there on the couch as calmly and as coolly as possible, because if I start yelling and calling her a liar and this is BS, that automatically makes me look bad.
I'm a large black tattooed Ned.
I can't show any aggression, or that aggression is going to be construed by the cops as a threat. And if they have to subdue me, they're taking me in regardless. So I said, I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to be totally cool. So, of course, they go to her first. They're like,
Okay, tell us what had happened.
and so and it was funny because they asked her these questions in such a way that automatically made me sound guilty.
Would you say that, like Jonathan Majors, they coached her on what to say?
Yeah, I mean, like you said that there's body cam, police body cam. They're trying to coach her, but they didn't coach her here. They asked her leading, like the first question they asked her, oh my God, this is crazy. They said, what was going through your mind when he choked you the first time?
Okay.
I was like, oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. It was the worst feeling, man.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this one up.
Even still, her story sounded terrible. It would have been very hard to believe her, but she had to stick with what she told the operator was, I slapped her and choked her. That's what she had to stick with. And when she told the story play by play, you could tell she was lying. They probably interviewed her for 15 minutes. Like, they kept asking. I was like, dude, are these guys trying to get me convicted? And at that point, I was like, are they going to allow me to tell my side of the story? Like, honestly, I thought I was going to jail. This was the reality. I knew that I was probably not going home that night. I was going to spend 72 hours in Clark County lockup. When all of that was finally done, they then turned their attention toward me. They said, okay,
Okay, Mr. Sharpe, what do you have to say about this? What's your side of the story?
I said, officers. I showed them my hands because, again, I'm a black man. They're white cops. I said, I'm going to reach for my phone. Is that okay? They said,
Yep, that's okay.
so I reached for my phone and I opened the app. I was praying to every God I could. Dude, I was praying to God, Allah. So I hit the play button, and to my great relief, our conversation rang out as clear as a bell. Even the part where they banged on the door to come in, I would record it all the way up to that point. Even the part where they're like,
Hey, I'll just tell him it's just a big misunderstanding.
they heard everything. And she said,
Because I'm tired of all this BS and I didn't want to lose you in my life.
and it's funny because when I started playing the recording, Tracy tried to interrupt. One of the cops just said, "It's all that." She tried 3-4 times. He kept saying. At the end of the recording, one of the officers went over there, says,
Miss Andrews, we are placing you under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
"Dude," she's crying her eyes out. She's like,
You gotta believe me. He trapped me. He entangled me. He threatened me. Like he told me about the recording.
that's all there was to it. So they let her outside, and of course she keeps crying. One of the officers stayed back and says,
Listen, man, you want to press charges against Miss Andrews?
I was like, no, dude, I don't want to have anything to do with her. I just said no. I just want to get the hell out of there. Because if I press charges against her, now I got to show up to court. He says,
Listen, we can do a restraining order if you want.
I was like, I want nothing to do with any of this. I just want to go home. He says to me,
You know, if more guys did what you did, we'd probably be locking up a lot less men.
the moral of the story is record everything, guys. Dude, record the audio, record the video, record everything. Because what you have to understand, the burden of proof in a court of law is guilty beyond all reasonable doubt. Thousands of hours.
That
Alrighty.
big nuts, brother. But yeah, record everything.
I got one more surprise for you guys. I got one more surprise. Oh, this is just gonna blow you away. So you guys know about another story. I talked about the worst heartbreak of my life. Her name was Amy. Well, her name was Amy.
Yeah.
You know,
The blonde in college, right?
what's that?
The blonde in college.
No. That wasn't her. That was this was the 19-year-old who had a 6-year-old kid.
Right.
Who ended up getting her ex-husband killed and had a baby with the guy who killed her ex-husband. I recently found out
What?
she's in prison. Oh, dude, it is the craziest story. So if you would go ahead and put this up here.
Yeah. Give me the link.
No. I've got the picture now. You can share the screen. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that her?
Put it up there. So this is what she looked like when I dated her.
Wow.
Clearly attractive. On the right-hand side, That is her
Wow.
prison mugshot.
Wow.
She is in this
Wow.
dude, y'all. She is 30. I'm sorry, she is 29 years old. Looks
Are you serious?
He looks 43, 44.
I am
What
serious
the
as a
hell?
fucking heart attack. Dude, here's an even worse picture.
Wow,
Look,
bro.
hold on. This is actually another picture.
What a shame, bro. She was gorgeous.
She was. She I mean, dude, but this is what daddy issues do. Hang on a second. Never mind. I've got another picture, but this I think this says it all right here. Like she was fucking gorgeous, and now she's not. Guys, this is what heart. So Justin, Jesus, man. Episode 4 was the worst heartbreak of my life. I'm gonna try to tell this story in 30 seconds. Okay. When I was 32, I met her at 19 years old. Scores of red flags. I didn't even see him. I met her at school. I was in paralegal school. She sat in front of me. We flirted with each other. We get into this. We're head over heels in love with each other. So the whole spring of 2009, this is when we were dating. It was magical. This was the prettiest girl that had ever really shown this kind of interest in me. Not only that, she took good care of me. She used to bring me coffee every morning. She'd come to my place and cook. It was, dude, like it was unlike anything I had ever experienced. On my birthday, I opened up my laptop to see, to get all the birthday love. This is my 32nd birthday, and I see message and her Facebook was still up. I saw all of these messages on her Facebook from guy after guy. Does your boyfriend know? He doesn't check my Facebook. I can't wait to see you again. Blah 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 blah. So I get in my car and I go over. Oh, you know what, Miami J? Actually, hold up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna. Do you guys have time for this? I can just send you the cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna send you the cartoon. I'm gonna warn you guys. It's 20 minutes, but I swear to God, you can't make this stuff up. And hold on, tunes. And I actually have the police, not the police report, but I've got the court record of when I bailed her. Oh my God, you're just gonna have to see. Hang on a second.
I'll tell you what, let's do this because we are coming up on 55 minutes.
Okay.
Give us the shorthand now, and then in the future episode, we'll bring you back. We'll dive the whole thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, so I went over to her house. I said, "Are you cheating on me? Have you cheated on me?" She said, "Yes." Destroyed my world. It's still the worst. Emotional pain I've ever been in. And so she's blown up. So I broke up with her, took off the chain, blah, 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 blah. So she's calling me at work all day. Please forgive me. I love you. I still want to have kids and blah, 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 blah. And so I finally picked up the phone when I was getting ready to get off work. I cracked. I was like, what? She's like, hey, can I come to your house tonight? I've got a special birthday gift for you, blah, 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 blah. So she comes to my place and she's looking good, dude. She's wearing a skirt so short I could probably see her kidneys. Looking good.
Joel, blow us up.
Yeah.
What's that?
There you go.
There we go. So anyway, and then she turns around and lifts up her blouse. She had my name tattooed on the small of her back. She got a tramp stamp of Alex on the small of her back. I was back in her clutches. So the rest of that summer was fucking terrible. I'm always checking up on her. Are you cheating on me? Who's this guy? I found out that she had been doing heroin the entire summer. She lost all this weight. I lost my job, my car, got kicked out of my house because I couldn't pay the rent because I was too busy chasing her ass. I came home one night and there were cops in the driveway. And I thought it was for her neighbor because he was always, putting hands on his girl. They were there for her. They arrested her on a felony possession charge. It was the first time she'd ever been arrested. Jesus. Her bond was $13,500. I pulled a rabbit out of my hat and got one of my old roommates to lend me $1,350 to get out of jail. But then I'm gonna have to tell you the story because there are so many layers to this, and I would really have to show you the cartoon. So I guess the next time I'll show it to you. It's a story so crazy, like oh my god. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's what she looks like now. She is she's in prison. She's been there since April. She's supposed to get out. She's supposed to get out in September, but one of her friends told me that she had gotten arrested in prison for something prison related, so she might be there longer.
Jeez.
Again, there's so many elements to the story. I can't even begin. I can't encapsulate this.
No, that story corroborates one that men will do dumb things for women. No offense to you, but
Oh no, I was absolutely stupid.
two, the worst pain a man can feel emotionally is being betrayed by a woman.
Goddamn right.
Absolutely.
And I forgot what the third point was, but geez,
matter.
Christ, man. It does, yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter at this point. Wow.
But you can look, dude. You look at that picture. It's just. It blows me the fuck away because this girl was fucking beautiful. She was beautiful, and now she looks like a 35-year-old truck driver. It's insane.
44-year-old.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All right.
You dodged the bullet there, bro.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, we are gonna have to bring you back, Donovan, and actually dissect that cartoon and go over that story.
Oh,
and,
yes.
make sure we do it. Let's do final
Yeah,
thoughts.
you know what?
Go ahead.
We should do an episode with Donovan, and we'll go over the
The
point.
perils of allowing a damaged woman into your life, guys.
What broke us as men, as young men.
Oh my God, this was it.
We can go over some. That's what broke Donovan, but we can go over.
I think that's a good topic for us.
Yeah. All right, we can do that.
When was your your aha moment? Interestingly enough, it wasn't this relationship that led me to the red pill. My very first 21 convention speech was about the 4 most significant relationships that led me to the red pill, and this one was the most impactful. But the one that tipped me over the edge was insignificant at best. It's just amazing how these things work.
Yeah, no, and I've told you the story before. I actually came to the red pill not because of a broken up relationship, but it was an ex-girlfriend that sent me a random article from Return of Kings. You wrote it.
What?
And she just asked me, is this sexist? It was your article, 10 timeless truths about my weekend in Vegas. Something like that. Yep. It was that article.
And I didn't want people to know that I lived in Vegas. That's why I was like, all right, well, I don't want people, because you know how things were. People were, you know how it was, man. Back when I was writing for Return of Kings, Roosh was getting banned in countries and getting arrested and assaulted. I don't want that shit happening to me. So
absolutely. But yeah, ex-girlfriend sent me that and said, do you think this is sexist? My simp ass would probably, yeah, of course it is. Then I read the article.
Look at you now, huh?
Then I read the article.
Rubbing elbows with the guy who wrote that sexist article.
No, then I read the article. I got Roosh's books, Day Game, Night Game, all that stuff. Then I kind of let it go for a while. I picked up some tips from there. Then it was football season had just ended. So you know when football season ends, you're a little bit bored because you got fantasy.
Dog days of summer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think to myself, I'm driving down, I'm looking for something to listen to. I remember that guy, Donovan Sharpe. Does he have a podcast? Episode 2 had just dropped.
Wow.
Yep. And the rest is it.
Unbelievable.
All right, Justin, let's do final thoughts, brother. What you got?
Well, first off, before my final thought, I'll say Donovan was one of my first dives into the red pill, thanks to Joel.
Oh, cool.
I wasn't even too familiar at all, and he was like, "Bro, there's a whole new world on this this topic." I had no idea. Like, I was coming across like dating coaches, like Alpha M and Marnie.
Aaron Marino is a good guy, though. He's on fucking TV now. But Alpha M he's a good dude, man. Very good guy.
Yeah. Then I came across FitX, and once I came across FitX, I kind of like had the feeling like I wanted to throw some videos out there. Joel reached out to me, and then he put me onto you, and then I was like, all right, we can do this. Let's do this.
Conversations like these are always important. These are like conversations like these are what gets guys to, because don't get me wrong, you want to make quality content with all the production and the graphics. But when you get 3 guys to just sit here and say, this is what happened to me, this is what happened to my friends, and these are things that I'm reading and watching.
It's almost therapeutic.
I mean, me and Joel were just out there on the streets of Miami, literally dating, experiencing it firsthand.
Yep.
We're not dating coaches. We're not experts. We're just cool dudes that know the scene and what's going on out there.
Kind of like Myron and Fresh. That's how they
Yeah.
got started. They just had similar dating experience and decided to start a podcast.
Pretty much, and
Pretty
not,
much.
not to look that. Well, I mean, not to make anything of it, but Justin's always been a guy. He had natural game.
Oh, you were a natural.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Even at 5'7", bless his heart.
And it's interesting. When you're naturally good with women, it's always harder for the red pill to sink in because you're like, what are you talking about? I get girls all the time. But when you meet that first adversity, you're like, okay, maybe there's something to this.
Yeah.
I definitely have like a different perspective than regular dudes, but I talk about it a lot on our show, and it's because I came up a musician. I had girls kind of coming after me my whole life instead
Sean
of me
in
having to go
Tampa.
after
You remember
them.
him, Miami J? You remember Sean in Tampa used to call me all the time
Yes.
about the chicks he would bang at his dude. Sean in Tampa was a rink-a-dink garage band, and he was still fucking bitches left and right.
Yep.
Yep.
No doubt. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's almost therapeutic to just to listen to it, let alone to take part in the conversation.
And nobody even knows, but I mean, I'm not sure Donovan knows, but I got signed back in 2013 with Warner Brothers.
Oh no!
I created I had a hit record with this girl, Cat Dahlia. You can look it up. It's called Gangsta.
Cat
Has
Dahlia?
I think over like Cat Dahlia. The track is called Gangsta. I also did My Garden. I Think I'm in Love. It came out in like, what's that ink show?
I don't know.
Black Ink. Came out in Black Ink. Okay. I had a song in a J-Lo movie called The Boy Next Door.
Oh shit.
Grey's Anatomy, Law and Order. Yeah,
was it X-rated by chance?
No, but it was a J-Lo movie.
That's funny. Justin's had a bit of a career, bro. For sure. Good. You need to start using some of those music connections, man.
Yeah, man.
I know, man. I know.
See if you can get Bad Bunny to come perform at the CME.
Oh, who?
Yeah,
Bad
right?
Bunny? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, anyway. All right, Justin, let's do final thoughts, buddy. What you got? From your
final thoughts. Final thoughts. I would go back to Donovan's cartoon and, bro, collect evidence. If you have anything that's going on that can go against you in the court of law, collect evidence, bro. Don't be on the phone. When you're arguing and it's heated, send text messages so it's all on record.
Yep. The moment you feel something's off, start taking video, do something. Take some action. Yep. My final thought is going to be, I hope Jonathan Majors takes us to trial. I hope he wins his counter lawsuit. And I hope his lawyers are doing the right thing by releasing truthful information so that this overzealous DA and these trash journalists over at Rolling Stone can shut their mouths for a little bit. Let's put it that way. Donovan, I'll leave the last thought to you, my friend.
Yeah, man. Trash journalists at Rolling Stone. I totally agree. I don't know that you guys remember the whole Duke lacrosse scandal.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was living in Durham when that happened. I was there. And I remember there's this one bitch who wrote in, and it's funny. This was years before I even found the red pill. Mm-hmm. I knew the bitch was lying. It's just something. Yeah. It's something that you just know as a man. Mm-hmm. And so this woman wrote this article after the accusations came out. She's like, to the Duke lacrosse men's team, we know what happened, and we know that you know what happened. It's like she's already assuming their guilt, right? Guys, just like Joel and Justin said, record everything. And guys, listen, man, amateur spy equipment is cheap as hell. Mm-hmm. Yes, your house, put cameras all over your house, get a ring, dude, record everything. Have recording devices in your car, anywhere you are going to be interacting with women. Well, that seems extreme, Donovan. Yeah, it is extreme, but we live in extreme times, and extreme times call for extreme measures.
Agreed, 100%. All right, you've been watching the J&J Dating Dynamics podcast. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. I want to thank Jay Blaze up in the chat, our #1 supporter. You also are a big supporter of Donovan. Thank you, sir.
He'll be at the CME, by the way. He's in the VIP. Yep.
Excellent. We'll do a live show with him while he's at the CME. Jay Blaze.
Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be very cool. Oh, wow. You got my mind thinking now.
Oh, there you go. See? That's what we're here for.
Thanks again, Donovan, for coming on.
Thank you so much for coming on, my friend. We'll have you on again soon to talk about damaged women.
Dude.
Do that.
All right, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That's going to do it. Peace out.